Okay? You can always reverse engineer your behavior. I challenge you to do this. It's powerful. Okay? First, stage 1. Let me preface this. This model is based on self-sabotage. Okay? Write it down. Self-sabotage. How do we get into this state of self-sabotage? Let me tell you a quick story. While you're writing that down, in areas of our lives that we don't have this, it's easy. Griff, how do you do these antifungal cleanses for 6 months? You just say you're going to do it, and you're going to... Well, because I'll show you. But the thing is, you're looking at that as like as some big deal. But guess what? There's things in your life that you do the same thing. Okay? So stage 1 is in the early years. We're going to develop into this state of self-sabotage. You with me? This is anywhere between the ages of 0 and usually about 7. Okay? There's no conditioning. Key word, conditioning. No conditioning going on. There's no self-limiting beliefs. Look at a kid. Does a kid sit there and go, Mommy, Daddy, would you please pass the cookies? I do not want to be rude. What does the kids do? What do they do?
Give me a cookie.
Ah! Right? They're going to yell at you. They're going to scream. They're going to do whatever. So desire equals action. Now look at this, guys. Desire equals action. The self-confidence there is 100%. They don't have self-esteem issues. They don't have internal dialogues going, oh, I'm such a loser, and gosh, I wish I wasn't so fat, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody with that, because I know that these are real things. Trust me. But what I'm saying is look at what that early stage is. Nobody thinks this. Why? Why? Can anybody answer me that question right now? Okay, here's... Nice, Tammy. Yeah. Yes. You nailed it. Okay. So Tammy just nailed it. Stage 2, okay, you get a little older, you get into school, we get this conditioning that starts multiplying in our life. And we have conditioning that comes from 2 places. We have external conditioning. What are some of the factors? Like, what do you think starts to play into? Stage 2 is this. We're told what we're good at. We're told what we're bad at, right? Expectations placed. Now again, this can be neutral, but we're looking at a self-sabotage model. Conditioning is from internal, external sources. Well, okay, we're looking at external. What about society? Culture? Parents is huge. Again, I'm not saying good or bad. You make your own judgments here. Society, culture, parents. What about this one? Education. Friends. Huh? Oh. Parents. How about... We got religion, we got politics. Okay? Just to name a few. Okay? And again, this is neutral, but this starts to evolve into self-sabotage. So, for example, let's say that in your education you're like, whoa, this is one from my own life. Griff, you're really good at spelling. I was. You're not very good at math. Okay, so I start to get this belief. I'm told what I'm good at. Parents, you know, they reinforce good things, maybe well-meaning. They start to create things in your mind that maybe is not so good for you. Other stuff is wonderful, and everybody's trying. It's not judgment time. Okay, are you right or you left, right? These are just things we're starting to become conditioned. Now, here's how it goes. External conditioning always bleeds into internal conditioning. Okay, so this is self-talk. Okay, this is repetition. I start to emotionalize. And this turns into, ultimately, a truth, okay? So, you guys got me here? External forms of conditioning comes in, I filter it. Now, when I filter this, this is going into my internal, right? I start to say, oh yeah, I'm not very good at math. Oh yeah, and I repeat it and I repeat it. I see the C minus, the D minus, I get emotional about it. I emotionalize it. I keep doing it. I keep getting these report cards, frowns on the parent's face. What do I have all of a sudden in my mind? A truth. You have a truth. Remember your truths that we talked about? You have a truth. So here's the last thing. Where is this all being lodged into? I'm going to abbreviate here. Your subconscious mind. Okay? Your subconscious mind. You've internalized it. Uh-oh. I hope that pulls right back up. Yes, there we go. Okay. Okay, is this making sense? External, internal? Okay. In stage 2, that's what we're talking about. We have this external conditioning and internal. And look at the very bottom line there. It says conditioning is emotionalized. It's emotionalized. Self-sabotage. Pleasure, pain. Are we feeling good about this or are we feeling really crappy about it? What do you think? Crappy, right? If you're told something or you believe something that you're not good enough, you walk by the mirror, guys, and you're like, oh, God, whoa, and you get emotional. Is that a good emotion? No. Okay? So pain. So that leads us into stage 3. New self-limiting beliefs are formed. And here, catch me on this. Because conditioning is emotionalized, remember, we need emotion and repetition. These are the 2 key ingredients. You might want to write that down. Any belief is going to be, you have to repeat it and it has to be coupled with emotion. Any belief, like we said, anything that's going to drive an action, you have to have repetition and you have to have emotion coupled with it. Good or bad. So because the conditioning is emotionalized, we come down into stage 3. Now, this is where, and if you're getting a little, we'll take a little workshop break here in just a minute, but this is where new self-limiting beliefs are formed. Because the conditioning was emotionalized, I start to believe it. I had repetition. I had emotion. Now I start to believe this. I impress it onto my subconscious mind, and I start with self-talk. Man, you know, I wonder if I'm good enough. I wonder if, you know, going beyond math and spelling, I wonder if I'll ever have willpower. I wonder if I'll ever be healthy. I wonder if I'll ever be able to take this weight off. Will I ever be able to hate or love eating healthy because I hate it right now? Okay, what you're doing is you're solidifying this belief, but it's self-limiting. Do you guys catch that? So right here in stage 3, your life is starting to take shape. Stage 4, oh, there we go. Stage 4 is where belief equals action. We talked about that. Your beliefs and your actions align. If you have a truth, if you don't have time, what's going to happen? You think you're going to go, oh, I have this penetrating belief in my mind. If I'm going home and the gym is on my right or my left, and am I going to go, oh, I really should stop? What do you think I'm going to do if I have this deep penetrating belief that says, I don't have time, I'm not worthy, I'm too fat, it's not worth it, it hurts too much, I'm too busy? What do you think? Am I going to stop? All those in favor? What am I going to do? I'm going to go home, right? Okay? So now here's the next part. If I keep doing that day after day, week after week, year after year, I further solidify the truth, don't I? I have this new perceived reality. Think about that, perceived. Does this say actual reality? Does this say this is the truth of your life and there is black and white? You can't know. This is just your perceived reality. And this is what I like, my friends. What upsets you the most, what angers your soul the most is when you think this is reality. Why? When I say when it angers your soul, why does it anger your soul? Why? Because you come from where? I say you're a divine being, right? If you're telling yourself that, does that feel good? No, because anytime you disconnect from your source of being, it feels like garbage. Did you get me on that? That's where depression comes from. That's where anxiety comes from. You can look at everything, and it all leads into this. This is why the mind is so important. Now, if I continue to do this, I'm going to confirm my own reality. Now, I want to show you something. Now it leads me into my current results. So right here, my current results, I should have had a better slide for you.